Radiohead's European tour is here, but is it moving the needle on hotel rates, or are hotel managers feeling a bit creeped out by what they're seeing? You get it? Because Creep is a Radiohead song? After a 7-year hiatus, Radiohead is back on tour playing 4-night residencies across 5 major European cities in both November and December. We're talking 20 concerts expected to draw capacity crowds of dedicated concert goers to Madrid, Bologna, London, Copenhagen, and Berlin. And if you're watching this Lighthouse Quick Take on Wednesday, November 5th, I can tell you the very first show of the tour was last night in Madrid. So with this being the iconic band's first tour in the better part of a decade, and considering the general overall climate of fluctuating, moderating travel demand, we wanted to know, is this tour a guaranteed smash hit for hoteliers? Now, to find out, we looked at prices for the 4 concert nights in aggregate for each of the 5 host cities, and we looked at advertised prices as of the last week in October. Now, what we found was a surprising pattern. The tour's impact is radically different depending on the size of the city. For the smaller cities, the Radiohead tour is creating substantial year-over-year price increases. But for those larger markets, the more established hospitality hubs, we're actually seeing minimal increase and year-over-year decreases in some markets, despite this highly anticipated concert tour, suggesting it's not enough of a draw to really make a market-moving impact in those mega European metropolises. Now, as you can see here, based on where pricing stood as of the last week in October, Berlin and Madrid are showing year-over-year price decreases for the tour dates in aggregate. A possible explanation here is that these global gateway cities simply have too much hotel supply for a concert of this magnitude to move the needle dramatically, unlike the Oasis tour from earlier this year, for example, which did have a much more market impact to London hotel pricing. For this show, the broader industry trend of softening prices in 2025 appears to be overshadowing the concert demand to an extent. It is, of course, worth noting that prices could ultimately move between now and the show dates, but late October pricing felt like an appropriate time to consider the demand generated by this event. Now, the smaller cities, however, have experienced large year-over-year gains. Copenhagen is showing average growth of 9.7% across its 4 tour dates, and Bologna is skyrocketing up nearly 34% over the dates of the Radiohead concerts. It's interesting to note, again, that these are averages of the 4 nights for each city. So, for example, Madrid actually has 1 concert date, the Saturday show, with a small positive bump of about 3%, and Berlin had 1 date with a positive bump as well. And as I said before, these shows are all happening between now and early December. It's possible that hoteliers are able to drive pricing a bit as the show dates get closer, but time will tell, as we've certainly seen instances where hoteliers have had to drop event pricing as the event gets closer to secure demand for those unsold rooms. So I think it's interesting. We've seen some megatours like Taylor Swift's Eras Tour and the Oasis Live 25 Tour that completely take over cities. And then we see shows like this. Big name act for sure, but one where market impact is very much tied to the size of the destination. It's a good reminder for hoteliers that in order to ensure you're pricing correctly, you need to leverage forward-looking demand data to understand demand levels and then price dynamically. Smaller supply markets like Bologna, in situations like this, it almost gives a license to price more aggressively. Larger markets should focus on personalized, concert-specific packages to capture the available demand, recognizing that the impact to such mega metropolises could be a bit more moderated. For a deeper dive into these numbers, I recommend checking out Lighthouse's blog, and you'll find an article published on October 5th with a detailed breakdown of Radiohead's impact. That's it for this one. Thank you for joining me today. I am Blake Ryder, and we will see you next time on Lighthouse Quick Takes.